Good day, yogis. This is Stephen Jane coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for my full streaming schedule as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. My preferred way of payment is through Venmo, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096 if it's prompting for verification. Classes are $10 and $5 if you're having a difficult time right now. Definitely we can work with that. Let's do the best you can. Please visit my website and also let people know on my social media, Instagram and Facebook. If you see anything, please repost. Please also know that I stream on Instagram and Facebook. I also upload all the videos to my YouTube channel, which is Simha Yoga Lab, and everything is on there 24/7. And if you're not streaming with me, you can practice anytime, right? It doesn't have to be at my streaming times. You have full 24-hour access anytime you want, so work on your schedule and at your convenience. For those of you who are new to my practice, welcome. I am working with a little bit more of a mellow practice here in the basics practice. We're not going too extreme into any variations. We're working with the fundamentals of our yoga practice, learning structure, learning alignment, and safety. So please check in if you're working with any special conditions or if you're working with any limitations, right? Or injuries. Please make some good decisions about what to do and what not to do. If it's a little bit out of your range, if there are some modifications I'm suggesting that you can take it. If it's still out of your range, maybe pull back a little bit and just wait for the next pose. So in time, as you repeat the practice, you'll hopefully get stronger, more flexible, and more aware about your body and what you can do with your body, right? So please practice safely. Okay, for those of you with tight hips or tight lower back, I recommend sitting up on a block or a book if you have something to elevate with. A blanket or a towel is also quite helpful. So have those props near you if you have them. Okay, palms face up. Fingers come together, Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. As you ground evenly through your seat, let the shoulders broaden. Lips are touching. Start to regulate your breath by breathing only through your nose. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer or from the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Mantra for purification. Purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call a response, I will call it, and repeat the response with you. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Gato Piwa, Yaha Smarit, Bundrikaksham, Sabahya, Bihyandraha, Suchihi. Starting to open the eyes, palms face up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. right hand to the left side, elongating through the left side of the neck. Chin toward the right shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then the chin toward the left shoulder. Release, back to center, drop left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side, roll back, opposite side, roll the center. Take a few more rounds at your own pace. Gentle, easy circles, moving your neck and your shoulders. And take one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest, and pause. And then take it the opposite direction. And take it back to center again. Lifting the chin parallel to the floor and neutral spine. Coming off your blocks. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hand support to either side and turn your toes toward each other. And roll out. Draw in. Roll out. Draw in. Outer rotation, circling. Back to center again, switch them around. And back to center, cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Raise your arms high and extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. So as you twist, you want groundedness evenly through your seat. You want a vertical spine as you rotate through the central axis of your spine. Back to center, arms up. Exhale, side bends, right hand down. Now ground through the left seat down as you extend through the left fingertips. So you're anchoring down through the left seat. Take it back to center. Exhale, other side. Back to center again. Legs forward, forward fold. So when you take your forward fold, you want to keep mindful not to ground the spine and shrug your shoulders, right? You want to come from a vertical line with your spine, full extension. Then hinging at the hips to take you forward, right? And then reaching for your feet, your ankles or your shins. So with the leg fully extended, right? You're grabbing perhaps your ankles. You want lengthiness of the spine as you keep drawing forward, right? Hinging at the hips. Now that's very difficult for your hamstrings or your lower back. You can always take the option of bending the knees and grabbing the shins. Same thing, lengthen, hinge forward. Now, if you're tight in the hamstrings or lower back, right? Any small movement, you're going to feel a lot of intensity. So make sure you take it slow and only move forward as far as you can take it, as well as keeping the lengthiness of the spine, right? So the alignment of the spine being fully extended is quite important. If you start rounding, you lose all of the beneficial effects of a forward fold. All right, start to release. Take it back up. Let's take a back bend. Walk your hands to either side of you and slide the hands out. As you slide out, take a lower back onto the floor. Now bend at the knees, walk your feet in. Separate your feet about hips width with your fingertips. Feel for the back of the heels. That's how you measure off your bridge. Then release your palms to the floor to either side. Press your heels down and lift your seat. So now as you start to roll up, you're standing on the upper back. Let the arms support, let the back of the head support, and the heels down. Now, if you're ready to take this a little bit deeper, interlace your fingers underneath you, take it into a fist, and shift to one side, walk that shoulder, opposite shoulder in, shift to the other side, walk the opposite shoulder in, and then walking your shoulders in so that you can lift up a little higher, pressing to the outer edge of your shoulders and the upper back. Alright, start to release, releasing your hands, lower your seat almost all the way down actually. Coming to your sacrum, lowering the seat. And then draw the knees in, hugging the knees in. Then extend the legs all the way up. Support with your hands onto the floor to either side of the hips. Let's flex your feet strongly. Inner thighs are together. Reach through the heel. And then point the toes. Reaching through your toes. 2 more times. Flex and point. Flex and point. Bend your knees. Keep the left knee in. Extend the right leg out. Take the hands to the back of the left leg and flex your left foot. Extend the leg fully. So now your leg is active. Start to walk your hands up the back of the left leg to the calves, and then with that, lift the upper back as well. Now try not to overdo the chin toward the chest, right? You might exert the back of the neck. Keep it more in a neutral position. Use the hands to the left calf as your support structure, right? Not leaning too far forward with your head, but instead use your hands to your leg. Now, if you're able to draw the leg in a little bit closer, go ahead. If it's too much for your hamstrings, keep the left leg pushing away, but keep supporting with your hands. Now, if you have the ability to walk your hands to the leg, to the foot, I mean, take the hands to either side of the left foot. And walk your hands back down the leg. Lower the upper back, bend the left knee to hug the left knee in. Let's take a twist. Left arm onto a T and twist to the right. Let's take big circles with the left arm in this twisting position, okay? So you're twisting to the right. With your left hand, start to take these with the clockwise positions, right? Raise your left arm overhead. Over to the right side. Actually, these are counterclockwise positions. And then down toward the left knee, past your left hip, and then open up the arms again, moving the left arm over to the left side. So take him in that position, all right? Left arm overhead, out to right side, down toward the hip, and open back up to the left side. Left arm up, to the right side, down the hip, open to the left. 2 more times, overhead, to the left, to the right, sorry, down toward the hips, open to the left, overhead, to the right side, down toward the hip, and open back up into reclining twist, and then switch sides. Draw the left knee back center, extend the left leg out, hug the right knee in. Right arm onto a T, and then twist to your left. All right, let's take those circles. With your right arm, reach overhead to the left side, down to the hip, and then open all the way back up. Overhead to the left, down to the hips, open to the right. Overhead, left, down to the hip, open to the right. 2 more. Overhead to the left, down to the right hip, open back. 1 more. Overhead to the left, down toward the hip, open out to right, come back into reclining twist, and then take it back center. This time hugging both knees in. And then roll forward, sitting up, walk your hands forward, and walk your feet back, walk your knees back. Let's take child's pose. Open up the knees. Let's take it up, mat Swift distance. Then press into your hands, draw the seat toward the heels, and let the forehead release. If your forearms are not down to the floor, take the elbows down and then walk your hands in so that your hands can be pillows to your forehead. So lay one hand over the other. Then lift the upper back, draw the elbows in a little bit with your hands, your thumbs. Press to the underside of the chin and your hands into a prayer position. Pull the thumbs forward so you're stretching open your throat. You're stretching open your sternum, the upper chest. Release your hands to the floor. Walk your hands forward a little bit. And start to think about drawing your chest and chin to the floor. Lift back up. Walk your hands further forward. Keep the seat toward the heels and lower the arms, the chest and the chin toward the floor. Lift up. Lift the seat this time, tucking your toes under. Walk your hands forward, another hand print. Think about pressing your seat up toward the sky, with your forearms and your chest toward the floor. Now, if your chest does not touch down, that is okay. As long as your chin is drawing toward the floor, and perhaps your chin is touched down, that will be good enough. And the tail is lifting up and back. Press into your hands, lift back up, walk your hands back in. And take the hands back slightly, and we'll make it to down dog now. Tuck your toes under, lift the knees, and press your way back into down dog. In your down dog, you're in an inverted V position. Hands are shoulders width. Your fingertips, either your middle fingers or your index fingers are pointing straight forward. And you're pressing strongly into your fingertips, finger knuckles, and the pads of the hands would be light on your wrists. Your heels are separated by hips width. Your heels are reaching downwards toward the floor, but they're not actually touching down, right? And then as you press your heels down, the seat is lifting up. Now, if your hamstrings and your low back are tight, you can always bend your knees a little bit in this position. All right, re-lengthen everything. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Three-legged dog. Then draw the right knee toward the nose and round the back. So the middle of the back goes upwards toward the sky. You're high up on your left toe tips, and you're shifting your shoulders over your wrists and rounding up the spine. Kick the right heel back up, open up the hips and bend the right knee. So that means you're stacking your right hip over your left heel is reaching down as you reach your right knee up toward the sky. Raise your right leg back up, square off, step the right foot forward, back heel down for warrior one. On the inhale, lengthen front leg and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Two more times. Lengthen front leg and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Reaching the arms up and keeping them up. Bend the front knee, warrior one. The alignment of warrior one. Your right toe is pointing straight forward, which means the inside of your foot is parallel to the side of the mat. You want to bend the front knee far enough forward so that's directly over the heel, vertical line with the shin, and the heel should be pressing down firmly. Back foot. Your toes are slightly turned outwards. The outer edge of your foot is pressing strongly to the floor, and the left leg fully extended. Square up your hips, warrior one. Open it up for warrior two. So the right leg, the front leg, doesn't do much adjustment. It's all in the hips rotating, the torso rotating, arms are parallel, reaching in opposite directions. Lengthen out the right leg, bend the front knee. Lengthen out the right leg, working the knee joint, bend the front knee. Lengthen and bend. Stay here, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. And then side angle. You can modify right arm to top of the right leg. This is easier for your hips and your lower back, also your hamstrings. If you can touch your right hand all the way down to take the full expression of the pose, go ahead. And then left arm reaching up. Side angle. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse warrior. And then lengthening out the right leg, triangle. Tip the left hip back. Reach your right hand further forward. Now the right hand can go to tap the shin. You can slide it down a little bit, but directly to the floor. And then left arm reaching up. Triangle. Inhale, all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank. And then lower all the way down to the belly. Keep the hands alongside the rib cage and elbows drawing back. So this helps you to spread the front of the chest and engage the upper back. So elbows back. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Your ribs and your belly are on the floor. Gaze is slightly ahead of you to the floor, and the crown of the head is reaching forward. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little higher. This time, you're lifting your belly and your ribs away from the floor. Still broadening your shoulders, still engaging upper back. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up all the way. Fullest extension of your arms if you have it, right? If you need to bend your elbows a little bit, you don't have a lot of back flexibility, that's okay. And lower arms all the way down in the child's pose. Draw the seat toward the heels and fold forward. Walk your hands in, sit on top of the shins. Cactus your arms, your shoulder and your elbow are parallel to the floor, palms are open, facing forward. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, twist to the right 3 times. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Stay here. Right hand to your lower back and draw the right shoulder back. Left hand to the outer right knee. Use that resistance to twist to the right. Square back to center. Cactus your arms. Exhale, twist your left 3 times. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left. Stay there. Left hand behind you. Have fun. Left shoulder draws back actively. Then right hand to outer left leg for resistance and twist deeper. Square back to center. Walk your hands forward. Down dog. Inhale, right heel up to sky, 3-legged dog. Step the right foot forward, back heel comes down. Warrior 1, arms up high. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Lengthen out the right leg. Extended triangle. Tip the left hip back, right hand forward. Hand to tap the shin or to the floor again. This time, left palm to face down and reach forward. Take the left hand to the floor, and then frame the right foot with your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now, for those of you with tight hamstrings, and you have 2 blocks or 2 books, right, sturdy books, you can assist by taking your hands to the books or to the blocks, re-lengthen your left leg, your right leg, and then fold forward here by bending at the elbows. Right? If you have blocks, you have several heights, right? You can take it to the middle or just a little bit of assist to the lowest center. Otherwise, your hands are on the floor. Bend the front knee, left hand stays down, right arm up to twist. Now keep the right knee lined up over the heel and do the best you can with the left shoulder lined up over your wrist. Warrior 1. Take the arms back up. Open it up, warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath, exhale, push up, chaturanga. Inhale, dog. Exhale, down dog. Left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick it out again. Step the left forward. Warrior one. Take the back heel to ground down. Arms up high. Open it up. Warrior two. I realized I forgot something earlier on. Lengthen, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Lengthen, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior two. I actually also forgot this. Come back. Lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, warrior, and release your arms. Lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms up. Bend the front knee. Open it back up for warrior two. Then lengthen out the left leg. Extend the triangle. Draw the right hand back. Left hand forward. Hand to top of the shin onto the floor. And then right hand, palm facing down, reaching forward. And take the right hand to the floor and frame the left leg with your hands. So again, using your blocks or your books to either side of the left leg. Supporting with the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Alright, then the front knee, right hand stays down. Left arm up to twist. Now left knee directly over the left heel, right shoulder over the right wrist. Notice also the right hand is almost a foot over to the right side. So there's a foot's distance between your left foot and your right hand. Take the left hand back down. Come up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, breath. Exhale, push up, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Start to walk your feet forward toward your hands. Come to a standing forward bend. Feet together, knees together. Now let's come into a standing position safely. We decide to again. With your hands supporting on the floor. Bend at the knees and let the seat drop a little bit. Then with your hands supporting, lift the back of the head and the upper back. So now you're in a much straighter lying position, right? So shift your weight back toward your heels and use the strength of the legs to carry you up versus using your lower back, which if you have any kind of lower back issue, coming up into a standing position like that might throw out your back, right? So I recommend using your legs instead. Okay, you're on the front of the mat, facing forward. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee. Sole of the right foot, the inner left leg. Hands together in prayer. Take the arms up and out. Keep the gaze at a fixed point, slightly ahead of you to the floor. If the right foot, being above the knee, is very tight for your hips and is throwing off your balance, then take the foot below the knee instead. That release of tension to your hips may give you a better opportunity to balance here. Now keep the gaze directly to the floor, arms are reaching up in a wide position. This is your basic tree. Take the arms back up, right knee forward, step the right foot down and walk it out side to side. Decompressing. Alright, come back to center. Stepping on the right foot, pick the left knee. Open up the knee to the left side and take that sole of the foot to the inner right leg. Above the knee joint if you can, below the knee joint if you cannot. Right, if that's a little bit tight for you, it's throwing off your balance, and take the foot below the knee joint. Arms up in a wide position, gazes to the floor, slightly ahead of you. Lift the arms back up, left knee forward, step the left foot down, walk it out side to side. All right, come back to center, stepping on the left foot. Draw the right heel back, Shiva Nataraj, dancing Shiva. Reach your right arm forward. Now notice that the palm is facing the left side and the thumb is facing up. Alright, so this is your full extension of your arm in neutral position. When you reach back behind you for the inside of the right foot, do not turn your hand. Keep this hand in this orientation so that when you sweep the right hand back to grab the inside of the foot, you're going to end up with a neutral shoulder and arm in general, right? And then you want to square off your hips, reach your left arm forward, lean forward as you kick back. Right? Continue to hold your pose. Right? So what happens is, if you end up reaching back and you rotate your hand in the wrong direction, you end up rotating the shoulder and your elbows in order to grab the foot. So you're rotating your arm internally in order to grab the foot 360 degrees unnecessarily. So it's very important for you to grab the foot from the inside of the foot with a neutral arm and shoulder. All right, start to release, take it back down, walk it out side to side. All right, so as you continue to neutralize, all right, I will demonstrate that for you. All right, if you did this right, arm forward. When you reach back and your arm stays neutral, you can still grab the inside of the foot easily, right? What happens is, so often, I don't know why this happens, when people reach back, they don't see and they end up rotating their arm 360 degrees in order to grab their foot. And I can still grab my foot, but notice my arm is completely in the wrong rotation, you see? Right? I grab my foot, wrong rotation. It should be this. That's correct rotation, right? Not this. You can still do it, but it's completely wrong. Right? So keep that in mind when we take it to second side, alright? Second side, stepping on the right foot, draw the left heel back, extend the left arm forward. This time, the palm is facing the right side and the thumb is facing up. Keep in mind not to turn that left hand, reach it to the side and behind you to grab the inside of the foot. Once you have that, right arm forward to counterbalance, the legs come toward each other. Once you're balanced, now you're ready to lean forward and kick back. Alright, so that's the correct rotation of the arm. Now, if you want to just experiment and try the wrong rotation, right? Stay in a Shiva Nataraj, release your foot and just rotate your hand internally 360 degrees and grab that foot. What does that feel like on your shoulder, on your elbows, and your wrist? Right? You rotate it 360 degrees. It feels tight. Your muscle fibers are all rotated, right? So that's the wrong position. Right? You can take it, but it's completely wrong. So de-rotate that, come back to neutral, and re-grab that foot and compare what your muscle fibers and your joints feel like in the correct position versus the incorrect position. That's how I would like to illustrate that one. When you're ready, start to come out, step the left foot back down, walk it out side to side. So, when I teach this one, sometimes, actually a lot of times, what happens is this. The first time people do it right, and then the second time people do it wrong. Or, I tell them all the instructions, and they still do it wrong, right? So there's something about reaching the arms behind you, not looking, and then not paying attention. You're rotating the arm, and then your only objective is to grab the foot, and then whatever happens, happens, right? And sometimes you rotate your hand. So, when you're taking this pose, really be mindful to measure it out, especially if you don't have the instincts yet, right, to do it right without thinking. Reach arm forward. Make sure you have the correct rotation of the hand in neutral position, and tell your brain, tell your hand, do not turn, do not turn, do not turn, do not turn. And once you have it, you grab the foot, feel if you're rotating. You can still grab the foot in both ways, right? If you have it wrong, you can feel the difference. It's just tight and rotated, and your muscle fibers are all tight, right? So keep that in mind, that's very important. A lot of students do this one wrong, and if you do it wrong, there's no point in doing it because it could hurt your shoulders, right? Because you're rotating, right? So if you have tight shoulders, it's really bad. All right, coming back, stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee. Right hand to right knee, left hand to left hip. Steadying your balance. Extend the left arm out, open up the right knee. Now this is pretty easy for you. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can grab the inside of the right thigh and then extend the right leg out. That should be a lot harder. Alright, start to break, draw back to center, step the right foot down, release and walk it out, side to side. Alright, second side. Stepping on the right foot, pick up the left knee, left hand to knee, right hand to hip. Then open up the left knee to the side and extend the right arm out. And for those of you who took it further, left hand to the inside of the left thigh, extend the left leg out. And start to take it back to center. Step the left foot down and walk it out, side to side. Alright, come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, raise arms up high. Take that into back bend. Come back to neutral. Bend the knees, chair. Draw the seat back in space. Now when you look down, you should be able to see your toes. Which means if your knees are too far forward, you have to draw the weight back and press into your heels. Now the arms reaching forward to a diagonal. So for those of you with tighter shoulders, right, you might need to lean forward with a straighter spine. And the tail reaching back. For those of you with more open shoulders and more open back bending, you can lift the upper back a little bit and extend. And dive forward, fingertips to floor, bending knees, stepping the right foot back, crescent moon, right knee comes down. Now for those of you with sensitive knees and you need extra padding, go ahead and take it, right? If you don't need it, you could leave the right knee directly to the floor, lunge forward, lift the heart center up, and then when you're ready with the basic pose, then you're ready to take the arms up in a Venus Mudra. So the alignment of the base is left knee over left heel, vertical line. Keep the heel down. Hips are moving strongly forward, and then you're taking it into a back bend here. Now, if your shoulders are tight, once again, you may not be able to draw the arms this far back past the ears, right? It might be just straight up, that's fine. It could be even angling forward. Now, if your shoulders are really tight and you can't even take your hands together, you can keep them separated about shoulders width, right? Arms back, arms straight up, arms forward. You can even go wide position, right? So all those are good options if your shoulders are really tight. You're just looking to get a little bit more openness in different positions, right? And you want to work progressively. Start with something a little bit milder so that your shoulders can get used to that openness, right? That extension. As you keep repeating it, you'll start to get some of that flexibility, then you start to take different shapes, right? You can narrow back in a little bit and a little bit further up. Eventually to a point where you draw the arms back behind you into this deeper back bend. Alright, let's break. Hands to either side of the left foot. Tuck the back toes behind you, half split. You're going to shift your hips over your right knee. So you want a vertical right thigh here. Flex left foot. As you pull the toes back, you're getting the hamstring stretch and the calf stretch. Alright, hands to the side. Re-lengthen on the inhale. Try not to reach your chin forward and crunch the back of the neck, but instead look down toward the floor, slightly in front of your foot, and that will keep your spine roughly neutral, and then fold forward from there. And release, step the left foot back down, hands support, tuck the back toes. Step the left foot back plank, and lower all the way down to the belly. Reach your fingertips back, reach your toes back. On the inhale, lift the head and the upper back, lift your feet and your thighs, and reach your fingertips back as well, lifting. This is a locust pose, Shalabhasana. Release, take the hands alongside the rib cage. Lift up and draw back to your child's pose, folding forward. Now you can release your forehead down, arms forward. Arms can be active with the elbows off the floor. Arms can be more passive with the elbows down. If you prefer, you can make pillows of the hands and rest your forehead. You can make two fists and rest your forehead. So all of those are very nice options. Take it back up, down dog. Step the right foot forward, low lunge, left foot forward, stand, forward bend. Feet together, knees together. Rise up, chair pose. And this time, we'll step on the right foot first. Pick up the left knee. Right hand to the outer left leg, left arm reaching straight back. Right? Once you steady your balance, looking forward and deep into your twist, and you are steady, you can always look to the side, you can look behind you to intensify this pose. Square back to center, step the left foot down, walk it out side to side. And second side, stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee. Left hand to the right knee, extend the right arm back through a rotation of the spine. Once you have the steadiness and the deepest twist, and you're ready to look behind you, go ahead. Release back to center, step the right foot down and walk it out side to side. Alright, square back to center again. Stepping on the left foot, eagle. Wrap the right leg over. Now, making sure that you don't have a lot of space in between the thighs. We're not taking ankles to knee. We're wrapping right thigh over the left thigh. So you're lining up the knees and then bending at the knees. Now, if you can double wrap, fantastic. If you cannot, one wrapping over like this is fine. Bend your left knee, let the seat drop. Raise your arms up, and then eagle arms. You're wrapping your left arm underneath your right, and then you're lining up the elbows, pressing the tops of the arms toward each other, or double wrapping. Wrapping the hands around, and then taking the hands, the palms toward each other. Okay, bend your left knee, let the seat drop. This is your eagle pose. Garudasana. Start to release, come up, step the right foot down, and again, walk it out side to side. Alright, take it back to center. Bend the knees, chair. Stepping on the right foot this time. Wrap the left leg over. So lining up the knees and then bending the knees. If you can double wrap it, double wrap it. If not, single wrapping is fine. And then wrapping the right arm underneath the left. Either your upper arms pressing toward each other, or, your forearms toward each other, top of the forearms, or double wrap it. And then Bending the right knee, dropping the seat down, Garudasana, eagle. Release, take it back up, step the left back down, walk it out, side to side. Alright, come back to the center, toward the front of the mat. Bend the knees, take the arms up, chair. So again, you have the options, right? First, looking down to see that your knees are not way past your toes, draw back if you need. Then, either dropping the seat down with a lengthy spine angling forward 45 degrees, or add that slight back bend by lifting the upper back. Right, that demands a little bit more shoulders as well. Alright, exhale, dive forward. Fingertips to floor, bend the knees. And step the left foot back, way back. And take the left knee down for crescent moon, untucking the back toes. Line up the right knee over the right heel and lunge forward deeply. You want to end up with a vertical line. Hands on top of the thighs. Lean the upper torso back. That's the beginning of your back bend and your foundation of the legs. And then once you have that set up, it's your Venus Mudra. Arms reach up and back. So again, your shoulder options, arms straight back, behind the ears, straight up, somewhat forward. You can separate arms, forward, up, and behind, also in wide position. All of those are very good options, depending on your flexibility. Alright, release, hands to either side, right foot, tuck the back toes under, shift back, half split. You're lining up the hips over your left leg. Flex your right foot, re-lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, take it forward into the forward fold, getting the right calf, right hamstring stretch. Step that right foot back down, reconnect with a low lunge, ground the back heel. Take it up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, right foot stepping back and lower all the way down to the belly. Bend your knees, grab your feet. On the inhale, lift the head and the upper back. Lift your feet, lift your thighs, and kick back. This is your bow pose, Dhanurasana. And release. Hands alongside the rib cage. Make your way back to child's pose. Take it back up to down dog. Pigeon, raise your left leg up. Left knee in toward the nose, land that shin to the floor. So you're in a pointed left toe position, you're standing on the shin. Left knee, left thigh, angles out to the side, 30 to 45 degrees. With your hands supported, inch your right knee as far back as you can so you can lower your seat, untuck the toes. Then walk your hands back, take the torso to a more vertical position. If you did all this measurement right, you should be balancing on the shins, and you may not even need to use your hands. You should feel pretty level in the hips and a vertical line with your spine. Once you have all that measured out, now you're ready to take it forward. You can take the forearms down. You can make those with the hands, or you can take the head directly to the floor, taking a breath, a bunch of breaths here. Walk it back in, tuck the back toes, and press back to the down dog. Walk it out side to side. Right, so the fastest, easiest way is to think about reversing how you came into the pigeon, right? So you press your palms down, tuck the back toes, and you lift the left leg right up to then shift and step back. That will be your easiest course of action, right? If you start to sit and shift to one side, there's just so much adjusting just to come back to your down dog, right? So make sure that you're taking the fastest and most efficient route out of that pose. All right. Second side, raise your right leg up. So think about how you transition in, right? And that's going to be the reverse to come out. Draw the right knee in toward the nose. Point it right to a position, land your shin to the floor. Right knee, right thigh angles up to the right side with your hands supporting. Hinge your left knee further back, untuck toes, and walk your hands back as well. Making sure you're pretty level in the pelvis, you're vertical in the spine, you're nice and balanced here, and then make your way forward. Forearms down, hands down, or the forehead down to the floor. Two more breaths. And begin to take it back up. Walk your hands back in, right? So let's walk through this together, right? Walk your hands in. Tuck the left toes under. Press into your hands. Lift the left knee. Lift your right shin off and just transition to step right back. Okay, so that's the fastest, easiest way to do it without fussing around and shifting and adjusting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you make your way back. Just lift it and step it right back. All right, walk your feet forward toward your hands and take the seat down. Keep the left leg extended. Sole the right foot to the inner left leg. Left hand to the floor, right arm is up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slightly rotate to the left. Reach forward to grab the inside of the foot. If you can't, take the inside of the ankles or the shins. All right, re-lengthen your spine. Exhale. With that lengthening spine, reach forward. Now, if you don't need your left hand on the floor for support, you can grab the other side of your foot. Take it back to center. Twist to the right. Center again, switch legs. Right leg forward, sole the left foot and right thigh. Right hand to the floor, left arm is up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it forward. Re-lengthen your spine. Exhale, deepen. And again, if you don't need your right hand for support, grab the outside of the right foot. Inhale, take it back up, counter twist to the left. Come back to center, extend both legs forward, forward fold again. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So this time you're just taking your left and right symmetry in the forward fold. Take it back up, hands to either side. Again, sliding the hands out. Carry some of the weight of your torso. Recline onto your back. Left knee comes in, twist to the right. So we did this at the very beginning of class. We're just taking this once again to help us kind of cap everything off. Back to center. Switch legs, switch arms, twist the other direction. And then twisting is so important for spinal flexibility. So important. Come back to center, hug both knees in. And then step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward, separating the feet, toes turned out. Arms alongside the body, palms face up. Let it all go in your Shavasana. Final relaxation. Start to draw your breath back in. Moving the fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching opposite directions. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-leg position. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep. And let the neck be free. Inhale from hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing the practice. Come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and my 4-digit ID code is 8096 if it's prompting for a verification code. Classes are $10, and if you can't afford that right now, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. Please share with your friends, right? On social media, also through word of mouth, very important. You can also find me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel at Simha Yoga Lab. Everything is on there, permanently archived, and also the quality is much better. So if you're having a difficult time on your Instagram and your Facebook, please go to that platform instead. All right, thank you again for your time. Be well. See you soon.